One of the things I really like about Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is it seems to encapsulate practically everything that makes Christmas, well, Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys! I'm Kenna Rose. Welcome to Good Clean Reads. I'm really glad you're here for today's review of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is the definition of a classic book. There have been hundreds of variations made off of it. It's influenced a lot of how people celebrate Christmas today, and even we get some terms from it, like if you call someone a Scrooge, it generally refers to someone who's miserly, kind of mean, not very generous, just a Scrooge. I'm sure if you haven't actually read the original A Christmas Carol, you know the plot because you've probably seen a movie based off of it or read a book based off of it. What I liked about it, I actually enjoyed it, the book. Charles Dickens writes well. One of my all-time favorite classics is A Tale of Two Cities, also by Charles Dickens. His writing isn't super elegant, but he's able to make words do things and create images you wouldn't necessarily expect. His style's kind of the same in A Christmas Carol, where he describes Scrooge as a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone Scrooge, a squeezing, wrenching, gasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. I mean, just the picture that puts in your head, like you instantly know who Scrooge is and what he does. I also liked that Charles Dickens includes a mention of the true reason for the season. Well, it isn't like a large part of the book. Christianity is definitely like, that's the basic tenet, I guess, is how I'd say it. It's like, has that as a basis, if that makes sense. And then the moral aspect of A Christmas Carol isn't preachy. I mean, even though that's kind of the point of the book, it's not preachy and it's tied in very nicely. So I enjoyed reading it. There really aren't that many content concerns in the book. It's a pretty clean story. I mean, it's like there's really not much at all. I mean, there are ghosts because they're an integral part of the story. They help Scrooge change. They're the ones who show him his past and what this leads up to in his future. For romance, really nothing. There's like an old story that Scrooge gets shown by the ghosts of his past life where he almost got married but didn't because he was too focused on money. And at a party, two characters are shown to like each other, but there's really nothing at all that's bad about either of those. For language, I mean, there's a use of the A word to mean donkey as it used to when the book was written. And then God's name is misused a couple times, which makes me sad. A couple other things you're gonna wanna know. If you're gonna read the book with younger kids, you might need to be prepared to explain what Charles Dickens meant in several parts. His story is clean enough to read as a family, but he did write it for adults, and it's written in like more of an old-fashioned style. The third spirit, the spirit of Christmas yet to come, might be kind of frightening, his part, for kids. And then Scrooge is like an absolutely horrid person in the beginning, but you know, he changes. And then Tiny Tim is shown to have died unless Scrooge changes his ways, which fortunately happens. The conclusion, unless I missed something in the old-fashioned language of the story, those were the only content concerns I saw. I don't think I missed anything. There are so many variations of A Christmas Carol that you probably know the basic story by heart. I mean, I'm pretty sure that even VeggieTales did their own versions of the story. Knowing the story so well does make reading the book less exciting, I'd suppose, but you do lose something, in my opinion, by not knowing how it was originally told. I do suggest reading it. It's a very well-crafted book. Thank you so much for watching my Good Clean Read review of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, you could like the video, share it with some friends, subscribe to my channel. I hope to produce more book reviews. I would also appreciate if you'd comment, maybe with a suggestion for more books you want reviewed, or even just book suggestions you think I should read. I love to read and I need more book suggestions. I do these videos to try and help Christians be discerning in what we read, as we're supposed to guard our heart with all vigilance. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!